the forecast for Texas A. But then four juniors, Trayveon Williams, Erik McCoy, Jace Sternberger and Tyrel Dodson, opted to forego their senior seasons and enter the NFL draft. Suddenly, the outlook became more foreboding, that forenamed foursome certainly will be missed. But those expecting A. Fisher's first Texas A. look for that secondary to get much better with an influx of talent from a highly regarded recruiting class and with the performance shown by safety Leon O'Neal in the Gator Bowl. Also, 3 starters will be back from that offensive line, which wasn't as bad as critics charged. In fact, it wasn't bad at all. That line paved the way for Williams to rush for a school record 1,760 yards. Ray Romo, Texas true freshman Leon O'Neal should be a key 2019 contributor after an outstanding performance in the Gator Bowl. Of course, that line was anchored by the now-departed McCoy. And Williams won't be running behind it next season. Which takes the discussion back to the four playing in the NFL next season. No doubt, Williams' absence leaves a void in the rushing attack. Jashaun Corbin has the speed, explosiveness and attitude to fill at least a good portion of that hole. He averaged 5.7 yards on 61 carries as a true freshman. He had a 35-yard run against North Carolina State, a 28-yard run against Mississippi State and a 21-yard run against UAB. Those are all top 30 rushing defenses. He also had a 100-yard kickoff return for touchdown against Arkansas. He'll have to prove he can consistently produce, but based on early indications there is no reason to suggest he cannot. Corbin won't have McCoy blocking for him, which is most unfortunate. McCoy is arguably the biggest loss from the 2018 roster, but the bet here is the Aggies' offensive line will remain strong despite a new center. Incumbent starters Carson Green, Dan Moore and Jared Hawker got better as the 2018 season progressed. They will keep getting better, too. Corbin won't have McCoy blocking for him, which is most unfortunate. McCoy is arguably the biggest loss from the 2018 roster. The search for McCoy's replacement at center will be intriguing. Ryan McCollum made 7 starts at guard. He could shift over to center. Redshirt freshman Luke Matthews is also a possibility. No one would ever object to a Matthews in the lineup. Further, incoming freshman Kenyon Green is rated among the elite prospects in the nation. He won't play center, but some scouts project him as a starter at guard or tackle. He could give the line an immediate boost. The Aggies also have incoming elite tight end prospects, which will ease the loss of Sternberger. Replacing an All-American is always difficult, but Fisher definitely has material with which to work. Baylor Cupp was rated the nation's #1 tight end prospect. He is as big as Sternberger and maybe faster. He'll have to prove he's ready for big-time college football. But so did Sternberger, who had made just 22 catches in his first 2 seasons of college football. Fisher is also high on incoming freshman Jalen Weidermeyer, who also has the size and speed to play right away. There's also 6'5", 265-pound sophomore Glenn Beal, who proved himself as a strong blocker in 2018. Dodson's exit was the most surprising departure. That left the Aggies with little experience and depth at linebacker. Texas' surprising exit by Tyrel Dodson means the Aggies will look to Buddy Johnson and Anthony Hines at linebacker. However, the Aggies do have talent. Junior to be Buddy Johnson posted 27 tackles in a backup role, but 14 came in starts against Mississippi State and North Carolina State. He's ready to take on a starting role. The same goes for Anthony Hines, who showed flashes of brilliance as a freshman in 2017. Though he missed most of last season with an injury, he'll be back and figures to move into the starting lineup. The linebackers will benefit from playing behind a defensive line that, with tackle Justin Madubuike returning, could be just as good as last year's stellar front four. It's not a foregone conclusion that A. In fact, if the secondary improves and some newcomers like Cup, Weidermeyer and Green make impacts right away, the Aggies can continue to move forward. They may be able to challenge the foremost Southeastern Conference powers. With some luck, maybe they can even raise a forefinger in 2019. Admittedly, that would be unforeseen. But those predicting doom and despair should not jump to foregone conclusions. Or even foregone conclusions.